Welcome to the Windows and Computer channel, and in our Task Manager series, we are talking about the overall numbers at the top of the columns. So I showed in the first part the using a process, what each number of the same process means, how much memory it uses, and so on. But there's a global number of every process added together. What do they actually give total? So right click on the taskbar or get your task manager the way you want it. And here at the top, you see that there are numbers that are above each column. We're also going to show you that you can add or remove some of these depending on what you want to see. You can customize the look of this. So by default, in most computers, it will have pretty much this look. This is an unchanged task manager in general, and it might have or not certain columns depending on the hardware that you have on your PC. So this is a gaming machine. So it has maybe GPU engine columns and things like that that you might not see in your PC. And that doesn't really matter, honestly. So you'll have the name of the process. So this is the name of the process right here. You have the status of this process, and it has little flags. So depending on what's happening, it's either working, or if you have these little icons here that you see, there are processes that sometimes can be suspended to make the computer run faster. So they will show you a little icon like this. Then you have CPU usage total. So I told you, when we were looking at OBS Studio or Chrome, we could see a percentage of CPU processing used. Well, the added CPU usage of all the processes in this column gives a total of 5% or 6%, or as you see here, it's a number that changes all the time. This is a very powerful machine that I have here. So your own experience might show that this is at 10 or 20 or 30%. You want to try to avoid CPU usage that is very intense because it generates a lot of heat, but that also means that your PC will actually slow down a lot. So the lower this number, the better it is. But the older the PC you're using, the higher that number might be, because it will work harder to do the same thing as a modern PC. So it depends on the age of your computer and the type of hardware that your computer has also. Not all CPUs or not all processors are equal. Some are slower than others to do the same tasks, even in modern PCs. So, if you see me at 3% and you say, well, I'm never below 20, don't go crazy once again. It depends on your hardware, depends on a lot of things. And as you'll learn more about using the Task Manager in this series, you'll have a better idea of why, and you'll have a better idea of maybe managing that to lower it if it's possible. Then I did show you that every process here uses a small amount of memory. Well, the total percent of memory usage is here, 30%. So I have 16 gigabytes of RAM here on this machine. It says right now that 30% of it is used. This number, don't go too crazy on it. If it's, at 50 or 60%, it's not a problem. You want to use RAM memory. RAM memory is a fast way of your computer storing, temporary information for every software, everything you're doing. So when somebody tells me, well, I don't know what to do, my memory usage is 65%, I always say that's fine, because it's okay. You want to be below 80% if possible, because if you run out of memory, that's also a problem. And if you do get close to 80 or 90% usage, it might mean that your PC might need to have an upgrade, more memory, more RAM memory. And I'm not talking of a hard drive. It's not the same thing. It's little sticks that you put in of memory and to replace the one that you have. We talked about it in a video. I got 16 gigabytes here. I think today most PCs should be standard at 16. I think everybody would be happy. And, the consumer, the general consumer, if you have 8 gigabytes is not too bad. But below 8, I recommend that you upgrade the RAM. And of course, depending on what you do, some will need 16, some will need more than 16. This is a gaming machine. 16 is an absolute minimum, especially for the games that we have today. Then here you have the total disk usage of your computer. This is also something that is dependent on, do you have a magnetic hard drive or a solid state drive? This is a solid state drive. So its usage might often be lower than what is actually shown on a slower hard drive. So it depends on your drive. It depends on how old it is. This number can be very different from one machine to the other, and the programs that are running. Network is the percentage of network data, basically, that's used. And that's not just internet. It shows internet because network it includes internet, but it also includes your home network between your own computers. Then you have the usage of the graphics processor. So all graphics processor are in here in one measure. So in my case, gaming laptop, once again, I got two graphics processors. I've got a Radeon from AMD, but I have a NVIDIA GTX 1660 Ti also. This is the added combination of both GPUs. And it says that I'm using, like right now, jumped to 834. So now it's 19%. Why? If you look at the flashing GPU engine things here, you see that, for example, my OBS Studio recorder is actually using a lot of my GPU to actually encode the video that I'm recording right now. It tells you this is a moderate, so power usage, moderate, and then power usage trend. Now, I told you can customize the top. I told you in the first video you can go on the lines, and when it double arrows, you can actually move that. But you can also add or remove some sections that are not useful to you. To do that, simply go on any process that you see at the top and right-click on it. And you'll see a list. And here's going to give you type, status, publisher, PID, process name, command line, and GPU memory. So the ones that are checkmarked are the ones that are actually working right now. And the ones that have no checkmark are the ones that are not seen. So if I put a checkmark on type, it now adds the type of process. So Windows process, a background process, depending on what it is. So this could be useful for some, could be not useful for others. For example, personally, status for me is something I don't really need. So I will remove the status, and I'd rather have the type of process in my personal usage. Another one is power usage trend. I don't really need this one, but I do like to see power usage in real time. And you can use publisher. Publisher will tell you what company. So it's going to help you to know what process and what is all of the things, because it's going to tell you what company actually is making this process. And you'll know that it's associated to a specific software. So this could also be useful to have the publisher. So whatever you do, you can simply right-click on one of the processes at the top, add or remove the ones that you feel is important on your computer. If you enjoy my videos, please subscribe, give us thumbs up, and hope you enjoyed this series on the Task Manager.